Hello, nice to meet you again and welcome to Continuous of Cần Thơ Radio and Television Station. Headline today.
Secretary of the Cần Thơ City Party Committee Nguyễn Hiếu, together with officials in the Study Committee, has set the working group of key projects, work with the staff committee of the Party of Cần Thơ City People's Committee on the progress of implementing works, programs, and projects in the city. Leaders of the city came to survey the groundwork for the construction of VSIP Vĩnh Industrial Park. The investment project to build a public library to perform cultural, educational, information and entertainment functions, enrich the spiritual life of people and develop economy and society of the city, the Mekong Delta region and the whole country approve.
Top news. On the morning of June 7, Mr. Nguyễn Hiếu, an alternate member of the Party Central Committee, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, together with officials of the Standing Committee, heads up the working group of the key projects with the Staff Committee of the Party of Cần Thơ City People's Committee on the progress of implementing works, programs, and projects in the city. According to the list of 14 key projects in decision number 743 of the Standing Committee of the City Party Committee, the city has 9 projects using public investment capital, of which 5 are in the stage of investment preparation and 3 in the stage of investment preparation that has been approved with a total amount of more than 14,730 billion dong. Several settlement areas currently also related units to accelerate progress in compensation and infrastructure construction. Regarding key projects implemented by the government in the city, they are also implemented drastically by the locality, ensuring progress. The city currently has 3 non-budget investment projects, including the Vietnam-Singapore Industrial Park project, Omon Thermal Power Complex, and the Center for Linkage, Production, Processing, and Consumption of Agricultural Products in the Mekong Delta in Cần Thơ City is also accelerated by related units. Mr. Nguyễn Hiếu, Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee, and some officials in the Standing Committee of the City Party Committee and the City People's Council came to survey the groundwork for the construction of VSIP Vĩnh Industrial Park.
Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee Nguyễn Hiếu said that implementing the VSIP Vĩnh Industrial Park project is very important and meaningful in terms of socio-economic development of the city. Therefore, the City People's Committee, the investor and relevant units need to update the progress regularly to check, urge, and reminder. Leader of the City Party Committee also agreed with the City People's Committee that it is necessary to speed up the work of compensation and resettlement, strengthen coordination, spending money for temporary residents while there is no resettlement to hand over the premises. In addition, VSIP must prepare sufficient funds for land recovery compensation and leveling costs.
On the morning of June 7, Mr. Nguyễn Hiếu, Standing Vice Secretary of Cần Thơ City Party Committee and Chairman of Cần Thơ City People's Committee, met with voters in An Bình and Hưng Lợi wards in Kiều District before the regular mid-2023 session. Voters of the 2 wards continue to propose many issues such as the need to speed up the implementation of key traffic projects of the city, housing projects proposed to inform voters about upgrading and renovating the project of 2 canals, Ngã Bác and Mương Củi in Hưng Lợi ward to zone the current environmental pollution. Besides, it's necessary to pay attention to investing in and upgrading the roads for people's lives on the slopes of Hưng Lợi Bridge, Bà Lễ Bridge, Tam Vu Street, Trần Vĩnh Ký Street. Soon relocate the land of some households affected by Cần Thơ River Embankment project to make compensation for households. Deputies explained and clarified some of the opinions raised by the voters. At the same time, record the remaining comments to transfer to departments, branches, and functional units for consideration and settlement. Cần Thơ City People's Committee has just approved the investment project to build a public library to perform cultural, educational, information, and entertainment functions, enrich the spiritual life of people, and develop economy and society of the city, the Mekong Delta region, and the whole country.
Cần Thơ City Public Library was built at the old location, number 1 Phan Đình Phùng Street, Tân An Ward, Ninh Kiều District, and had expanded the lawn adjacent to the Department of Foreign Affairs with 2,500 square meters. The design scale can accommodate up to 800 people at the same time, including 1,500 bookshelves with a capacity of at least 950,000 books. The total number of seats is 1,000. The project has a scale of 7 floors and roof, in which the 3rd to 5th floors and arranged for common reading rooms, bookstores, and document handling. The implementation cost in nearly 150 billion Vietnam dong. It is expected to start at the end of this year and put into operation in 2026.
We turn to other news. The Mekong Delta Tourism Association was established on June 6, 2008. After 15 years of construction and development, despite the difficulties in organizational structure and funding, this unit has made very positive contribute to the development of tourism in the whole region, in which some typical activities can be mentioned, such as promoting linkages and cooperation in tourism development between provinces and cities in the region and the whole country, organizing conferences to stimulate tourism, coordinating the development of specific tourism products and typical tourist attractions, organizing promotional activities, promote domestic and foreign tourism, and perform well the role of a bridge between members and state management agencies to promptly handle legitimate petitions and proposals of foreign tourists, tourism business, as well as gardeners. According to statistics, in 2022, the total number of tourists to the Mekong Delta is estimated at over 40 million, and the tourism revenue reached 32.5 trillion dong. Cần Thơ Department of Science and Technology cooperated with Fulbright University Vietnam to organize live and online the launching ceremony of Mekong Water Challenge program.
The program shows collaboration between universities, research institutes, and community groups and aims to test solving water problems in the Mekong Delta within 3 months using a 3-principle approach, using multidisciplinary, human-centered, and innovative knowledge. Participants include students, researchers, ages from 18 to 40. Each team has 3 to 5 members and has at least 1 member from a province or city in the Mekong Delta where there is a water problem that the group aims to solve, or has experience in implementing similar projects in that locality. Application period from June 6 to June 25, 2023 at the online address https://bit.ly/mwc_application.
With an impressive design bearing the impression of resonance, Gothic architectural styles combined with Oriental architecture, the Central Post Office of Ho Chi Minh City, which is more than a century old, was selected at the 2nd position in the list of 11 most beautiful post offices in the world. The Central Post Office of Ho Chi Minh City is located at Bari Commun Square, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, right next to Notre Dame Cathedral. This is one of the beautiful architectural works with Western architectural style combined with Eastern decoration, built by the French in the years 1886-1891. The post office is still open to serve people every day. In addition, these days has also become a famous place to visit and check in for both domestic and foreign tourists, especially young people when they have the opportunity to visit the city. And now a quick check on weather condition. Thank you very much for your attention. Please visit us on website kênh youtube.vn. Bye for now.